Good evening, everybody. Hopefully.
Hopefully, check in.
Oh my
She
goodness.
having problems.
Massive. I'm about to. Yep, we're live.
Oh, woohoo!
Thanks for showing.
Okay, you're good. There's a village over
I'm kind of just. I'm a little irked.
It's okay, you know, you took your time and you figured it out, right? And that's what matters. Oh, I got three nails. What the
That's
hell?
all that matters.
No, it didn't give me the bed.
Okay, so.
So,
We have connected the 3 places. We're connected to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
nice.
You like our check back here?
Nice. Pretty good.
Yes.
It's green.
I'm just. Sorry, everybody. I'm a little irked.
Agitated.
Did you throw me a map?
Yes, I threw you 2 maps so that you can mark places you think would be good to. You can have one and have one to mark places you think would be good to build.
What if I just build them instead of everything that?
Well, you just do whatever the fuck you want. I'm exploring. You'll notice your map filling out. Yeah.
That's not what I'm doing.
Well, we're in the Badlands.
I'm actually kind of curious about just.
Badlands are always a good place to build, unless you're doing it on survival and then there's no fucking resources.
Hey.
You get lots of gold, but nothing else. Yeah, I have it on create.
Oh, that doesn't go anywhere.
So yeah.
I might follow this one first. I might have found where I want to make home.
Did you have anything interesting to talk about tonight?
One.
I had something that was like epic and I like totally forgot it. Typical, huh?
Do you think I have something interesting to talk about tonight?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. We talked about the traumatic shit the other night. Oh my god.
Which part? Why don't you tell everybody what happened?
Oh god, why do I have to tell it? That was so fucking horrible.
You want me to say it?
I don't know. We don't have to talk about it. I fucked up. The universe reminded me I am not Wonder Woman in a very horrible, awful fucking way.
It totally did.
That's the way I see it, is that the universe reminded me you are definitely not fucking Wonder Woman. It's rather sobering.
Tell me, did you learn something?
I'm not fucking Wonder Woman? Yeah, I learned something.
Oh, shit. I found something.
What did I learn? I learned that sometimes you gotta make really hard fucking choices and just hope for a really good outcome. Right?
Right.
And yeah, I already knew that. That's why I made the choices that I did in that split second. So, okay, I took the dog out to go to the bathroom the other night, and we're right along the side of a road that the speed limit's kind of high for. And the kids were with me, and the dog went to the bathroom, and she always does this little spinny circus dog thing when she goes poop. And she did that, and one of the kids ran at her, and she's like, oh, we're playing the game we play inside. And she pulled out of her leash, out of her collar, and ran. And she ran across the road, and then stopped and looked back at us, and then tried to run across the road again and got hit by a car. And yeah, she's okay. She's fine. She's a little banged up, but yeah. And well, you know, that was just a really fucked up situation, because if I hadn't had the kids, A, it wouldn't have happened, and B, I'd have been able to go after her and she wouldn't have gotten hurt. So yes, the universe reminded me I'm not fucking Wonder Woman.
You never were.
See, that's just disillusioning to me because I thought that my whole life the universe has been like, oh, bitch, you're Wonder Woman, haven't you figured it out yet? And then it says, oh, wait, no, you're not. I'm like, fuck me, which is it?
What's my camera loading?
I don't know, mine's going kind of slow too. It's okay, just chill out for a second and it'll- yours is going faster than mine, but yeah, so that was rather an interesting evening. But everything seems to be doing that. It's like everything is going wrong all at once, and then other pieces are falling into place perfectly, right?
Right.
And
And it's just like, wow.
well, no, that's life. That's exactly life because basically you can't move to the new with the old. And I'm not saying that, oh, the dog was supposed to die kind of thing. It just was a fluke accident. It fucking happened. I feel fucking awful. I know that the person that was driving the car probably feels fucking awful, and I don't wish any ill will towards them. You know, it was just something that happened. It was what would we call it, a perfect storm. Everything happened just perfectly for that to happen. But that's the thing, though, is that a lot of times when it seems like everything is going wrong, things are falling into place in a way that you never imagined them to be.
Yeah. I completely actually agree with that. It's just.
Like you have to get rid of the old to welcome the new, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that means putting a lot of shit to rest. What's that saying? Poisoning your anger is like poisoning your enemy or poisoning yourself and expecting your enemy to die. Right?
Right.
Because it is. Like, is that really what you want to be? And well, what's the other saying that I always tell you? The best revenge is a life well lived.
I've learned that the hard way.
Well, and we also have seen in action how karma is seriously just the end result of your fucking actions and your decisions. So karma is real, but not the way that we perceive it.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm thinking.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm just saying. I mean, I think it's pretty fascinating when you look at things like that because you see things in a whole new light. And that's how people seem to be psychic. Oh, I know this is going to happen to you because, well, you know, I know what you did, right?
Right.
And well, when we talk about karma, it basically is you doing it to yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing that we can truly control in this world is our reaction to events.
Oh, I've learned that the hard way recently.
Well, no, you learned some very valuable lessons. Speaking is a way to release energy when something's upsetting you. That's why communication is so key in everything involving relationships, right?
Yeah.
And that writing is doing the same thing in a lesser form, but it's still a way to get stuff out, right?
Yeah.
So you have all these vents, so you don't have to carry it with you.
You're right.
Why do you think when I'm upset and I make something, I pretty much instantaneously give it away?
I don't know.
Because it's all that bad juju, but it transmutes when you give it to somebody. Hey, it's like all of that heartache and pain got put into this, and then it's gonna make somebody happy, right?
Right.
So I'm venting my feelings, and in turn, they're making somebody happy. So basically, it transmutes my feelings into something good, or at least that's the way I choose to see it. And you know that when I am really upset or really hurt, I make a lot of art.
You do. Seeing, like, I've noticed that sometimes I get to planning stuff, like, I do want to work on a new stream schedule eventually.
Yeah.
And I want to figure out some other things to do for the live streams and stuff.
Well, things have settled down, right?
For the most part.
You're
And
like hours walk away from civilization.
exactly. Ultra far. It feels great. We live in the middle of bumfuck nowhere.
You know, I've deduced that small town living is the way to go because if the zombie apocalypse happens, you have less zombies to kill. Right?
That might be true, but you never know. Zombies might come out this way.
I doubt it.
You know, I saw the most beautiful thing today.
Yeah?
I saw a double rainbow.
Nice. I was in awe of the mountain with the clouds. I was just like, oh my god. I could have sat there for hours looking. And the lightning over the mountain. That was fucking great.
That was.
I've so missed the mountains. I really have.
I have to.
I'm like totally a mountain girl though. That's my thing. I love being up in the mountains.
Well, the other thing too is starting a new job was always fun too.
Yes. I've already started making friends with crows.
My friend's magpie. Oh, and a giant hawk.
I haven't seen the hawk, but I've seen several of the crows, and I tell them all hi. I'm going to be your friend.
The hawk has a baby, so.
Nice, nice. Is it bad I talk to birds as they fly by? Hi, I'm gonna be your friend. I wonder if people think I'm crazy. But I know how to make friends with them.
Have you tried giving them something shiny yet?
No. You know what you give them?
What?
They like black oils and and if you give them food, they love you forever and bring you treats and attack people that come near you. Oh, I have a murderer. I have a murderer that follows me. I'm Willard, only mine fly.
Can't wait until you teach them how to talk.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be. I don't know if I will get close enough to them to do that, but I would love to. Because yes, crows do talk, they can speak English. And I always found it fascinating, and I've said this many times on this stream, it is one of my favorite things ever, but the Druids used to use them as sentries, and they'd tell them who was coming. So they'd have a crow that sat on the top of their house and tell them who was coming to their house.
I posted on someone's timeline about them being such an introvert that they'd probably teach a dog how to throw bricks at people who ring the doorbell.
I taught ours to box.
And to kissing.
And that was the easy one. We taught Hope how to knock on doors.
That was fucking hilarious. The guy was staring at her like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know.
Did you see the look on his face though? That's great.
Well, she does that. It's good for her to be able to do that because if she needs somebody and they're behind a door, how's she gonna get their attention? You hear somebody knocking on your fucking door, you're gonna answer it, right? You gotta think smart about this shit.
You know, I can't help but laugh because you taught your cat how to knock.
Yeah, I did.
You know Nubis knocks too, right?
Yeah, I know.
I was laughing the first time it happened.
Stalker taught her to. They both used to sit outside my door and knock on the door until I'd let them in. And then Stalker gets really pissy if you don't get to him quick enough and starts sticking his hand under it and his paw under it and tries to open the door.
You know, sometimes Nubis does that too, right?
Yes.
I laughed the first time, like, I was taking a bath,
Taste.
and I hear on the door, and I'm like...
You know the times that Coda would jump up out of a dead sleep and just look at his ass? It was the cat.
The cat did it.
Yeah.
So I have on this little island, and I'm like, ooh,
I don't know. I just want to have a murderer. Just have a murderer.
yes, you can have a murder of crows.
They don't have to do anything. They just can come and eat and talk to me. So, so I let you hear it, right?
Right.
But what do you think about the whole thing about Lizzo and how everybody's all pissed the fuck off?
From the flute?
Mm-hmm.
I'm upset because, you know, being a flutist myself,
Mm-hmm.
I have mad respect. She did great.
And let me interject this here for a second. There is 2 ways to say that. You can say a flutist or a flautist.
But I've known it as flutist since high school.
I was taught flautist, but we also...
Welcome to the new age.
Well, no, the thing is that my mom used to call it that. And I think that flautist was just the hierarchy talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I learned the term flutist in middle school
Of
when I
course you
first started playing the flute.
I know, and they drilled it into your head even though I called you a flautist. It's all good.
I loved it either way. I mean,
Vernacular. It's all vernacular, honey.
you know what? I'm a flute player. There.
There you go.
I feel better.
So, what did you think about the sound?
Oh my goodness.
That just blew me away. I was like, holy fuck.
I'm just like,
That was like the crispest I've ever heard any notes being played out of a flute. But okay, something that you have to understand is that different materials of flute give you different sounds.
it's the same way with guitars too.
Yes, but with flutes, it's very, very. I don't know. I think a lot of people really don't hear the difference unless you know music, and flutists definitely hear it.
Mm-hmm.
It's. I mean, I was just mesmerized when I heard that. I was like, "Holy fuck! What a lucky lady!"
I was like, I want to play.
Well, and I watched the rest of them. She played a bunch of them, and you could hear different. They were all different sounds, and it was just amazing. I was like, "Oh, that's so fucking cool." I mean, I don't play anymore, but I still appreciate it, you know. And well, okay, let's talk about the fact that she trained as a concert flautist.
She did.
So who better to play the fucking flutes that have never been touched?
Right?
But when you stop and you think about it, do you think that that was a thing to help divide the masses a little more? Because how many people were pissed the fuck off about it? Oh, how could you let her play that flop? It should have just sat there and never been played ever. Because it's a decoration, not a fucking instrument.
I mean, it reminds me of when I went to go get my first bass guitar. They had like 3 different ones with like 3 different stylish strings. I found out my neon pink ones. Learned a lesson. It was too heavy and it broke my peg.
Mm-hmm.
But when I first was learning to play bass guitar, at the store that I got it from, they had 3 different ones with 3 different strings. And they were like, okay, this is good. Each one's going to make a different noise. The reason why I like Ibanez so much is it has that smoother tone than most guitars I have. Ibanez. You know what? It's better than saying Fender.
Yeah, Fenders are like... I really wish Jovich was still making guitars. Because he makes basses and guitars, and they were absolutely amazing. I got to do a shoot for his guitars, and Nate had his Flying V that he made, and he made them all from scratch, the woodwork and everything. They were just fucking amazing.
I want one.
I was really happy to have met him, because that was just, to know somebody that could do that and to shoot his guitars was just like, whoa.
Well, the other one that I was looking at is Epiphany. And they have a unique sound too.
You know, I'll have to ask Nate if he still makes them, because I'm sure he still does some custom jobs. And we could find out and talk to him if you want.
I would love that. You know what? I really, really, really miss playing bass guitar. The hardest song I actually learned on there is Schism by Tool.
I know that song.
That song was a pain in the
I
ass.
was the one that used to play it all the time. I loved that album. I will just say that. I really loved that album. And then I found A Perfect Circle, and I was like, oh, dude.
That first part you hear where it's like,
And then I was like, fuck Tool, because Maynard's a prick.
well,
No, because that fucker, seriously, says that anybody that bought any of his music was a fucking idiot because it was all crap.
well, you know, it's funny.
We don't buy Tool stuff anymore, do we?
Actually, when I was
I won't.
playing...
After that incident with Yellow Card either, I'd never spend another dime on their merch. That fucking shit pissed me off.
You know that the beginning part where it's like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
That's all bass.
Yeah.
And then the guitar that comes... No. First song I ever learned on bass guitar was Flyleaf All Around, not All Around Me, Fully Alive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, it was kind of suited for it. Hey, we're alive. Sort of, kind of. I don't know. I may have been dead and my hell looks just like my regular life.
We murdered someone.
You ever wonder if that's
talk
going to
about-
happen? Okay, think about this. This is like creepy as fuck. What if hell is just your life going on?
That is pretty funny.
I mean, it's totally theoretical, but everybody's all like, oh, it's brimstone and fire, but what if hell really was just your life continuing as it was?
I don't know what to say to that.
I've always wondered that, but I mean, I know that that's not how it really works at this point in my life, but I always love playing those little games. What if that's what it was? I mean, like, every time the end of the world was supposed to happen, I'd post the next day, I'd be like, well, damn, hell looks just like my old life. Oh, wait, we're still here, okay.
That's funny.
Well, I don't believe in that anyway, so I always kind of joke about it. Right?
Right.
I mean, it's just that way. Fuck it.
Hey, look, you got an egg.
You got an egg, yay! I'm like over some mountains that are refusing to load. I think it's just because I'm so high up. Hello! But yeah.
I thought a nice
I
thing.
don't know, I had a great subject for tonight, and it was like totally philosophical, and I totally forgot what it was. See, I was relaxing with the kid and thinking, and she was watching YouTube, and I totally spaced what it was.
Well, I'm just happy things are starting to work out.
I'm happy things are even because shit's hard when it's chaotic, you know?
So chaotic.
Hopefully the dog is the last straw. Please. I get it, I'm not Wonder Woman. Now stop.
Maybe you are and you just don't know it yet.
Oh, no. If anything, I'm a crone. And I accept that.
Give me all your wisdom.
I try to listen.
I just want to be free.
No, you want to learn those lessons on your own. I try to save you the heartache, but does the lesson really take unless it happens to you?
No, it doesn't.
No. I try to protect you from the hard ones and tell you, hey, you know this is what's coming, right? And you're like, no, and then it happens and you're like, you fucking told me that was gonna happen. I'm like, yeah. Did it soften the blow a little bit?
I can't believe what you told me earlier.
What?
The whole, what's the dumbest place on earth?
No, don't repeat that. That was mean.
That was great.
It was true, but it was mean.
That's why I'm laughing.
Okay, if I'm nothing else, I'm fucking honest to a fault.
You are.
And I don't believe in sugar-coated bullshit.
course you do. That's why you told me.
No, man, you know what it's like to bite into sugar-coated bullshit and realize it's just bullshit. With the candy coating. Yeah.
Twice as hard as some of the pills I've had to swallow.
Yeah,
Both
but...
figuratively and literally.
Okay, but the thing is that are you learning? Are you growing?
No, of course not.
So, well, if you're not doing that, then it is all for nothing. But if you're learning and you're growing, isn't it worth it?
What is?
Because growth is right outside your comfort zone. So anything that is outside of your comfort zone can be considered traumatic. So basically what you're doing is you are facing your fears and getting over them, because the only way to get over them is what?
By facing them?
By facing them. How do you think? Okay, there was a spider right by my leg the other day, and I was told, hey, there's a spider, and I didn't freak out. I just was like, I looked, and then I put my glasses on and looked a little closer. I'm like, yeah, it's a little wolf spider. It didn't like totally lose my shit like I usually do.
Just be careful, or I might decide to go stick it in the plants.
Yeah, totally. I know, right? I'm just gonna keep it as a pet, goddammit.
Oh, come
But
on, Mom. It would have been fun.
I've been trying to get over that fear because, well, you know,
So,
they're easily relocated, right?
you know what the irony of that is?
Mm.
I learned my lesson
What?
when I was working the other day.
Oh yeah, snakes.
And I went for a nice look. Well, I heard stuff rustling in the grass already, and I was like, okay.
It's a rabbit.
Maybe it's not what I think it is.
It's a rabbit.
And I found this really long snake skin, and I was like, okay.
Oh, it's a little baby rabbit that just got eaten by a snake. Sorry, go ahead.
But I was going to pick up the snake skin and take it back to the person I was working with and be like, hey, look what I found. But all of a sudden, this fucking gardener snake that's like really freaking long pops out, looks at me and goes, and I don't know what possessed me to just run, but this thing was freaking huge.
Bigger than Big Mama?
Bigger than Big Mama.
Nice. That's an old snake that's been eating good.
Oh, it was beautiful, but it chased me down a hill. It was hilarious.
I would love to have another Big Mama.
And you will.
I need a protector for my sunflowers. They're top secret.
And praying manti.
Yes, praying mantis.
Praying
I would
manti.
really love to see if I could draw back in the hummingbird moths.
You should see if you can get the mud daughters too.
Oh, they'll come. As soon as you get the ecosystem going, after about a year, you get the mud daughters and stuff like that. But the thing that you gotta understand is I didn't get the praying mantis until the snakes were gone. So I guess I either get praying mantis or I get snakes.
That's interesting.
And honestly, I gotta say, it's exhilarating when you're in your garden and you're pulling weeds and you reach down and you almost grab a fucking snake and it's just looking at you like, "Hi, I just thought I'd come hang out with you for a while." It's okay. I mean, she let me pet her a couple of times, but I can't tell you how many times that snake scared the fuck out of me because I'd reach down and her head was right by what I was reaching for, and I'm like, "Oh, hi."
I think the scariest thing I ever saw with the snakes is when you see Big Mama go underneath the porch and then a bunch of baby snakes following behind her.
Yeah.
You're just like, it's gonna rain, I'm going inside.
Yeah, pretty much. And you could tell how bad it was going to be by how quick they were moving.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. And other times they're like, yeah, I don't want to get wet.
I wonder if that's how that one I almost fell.
Dude, that poor thing is probably just fucked up for life after that. He fried something in his brain and he's just never been the same.
You know, I didn't mean to.
That's my story. That's what happened to that poor little dude. Maybe that's the one that has the clipped tail because he didn't know to get out from my... Maybe... Nah, that wasn't the one that I brought through the house. Or was it?
With the clipped tail?
No. Was that before or after I brought the one through the house that kept trying to go under the lawnmower?
It was after.
Okay.
Remember that winter?
That one scared the shit out of you. I'd never seen her jump so high in my life. It was great. I didn't even show her what was in my hand, and I turned around and I put a snake in her face. She was like, "What's this?" And she jumped back like 4 feet and screamed, "That's a snake!"
I also have to remember, my friend put his boa constrictor around my neck, and that thing was even more scary because I was just like,
This was a completely wild snake I had in your face. Okay, I know how to handle wild snakes. Okay, and that's why I picked him up and put him in the front yard because I knew he'd find his way back there. But I didn't want him to I didn't want to have to fight him in the lawnmower because inevitably I know I would have hit him eventually because he'd have been knocked out smarting me. Like, oh, I'll just shoot now. Oh, there went my head. Fuck. Right?
Right.
You know what used to freak me out was when I would pull the rocks up and there'd be like 3 gray pencil long fucking pencil size little garter snakes under the rocks. And they're so fucking cute, but that one tied himself up in a knot. That made me feel so fucking bad. He was trying to get away, and he was slithering, and he got over. I don't know what happened, but he started tumbling, and he was literally like a knot. Just, gotta get the fuck away. I'll figure it out later. Oh my god, damn poor guy. Like, I wasn't gonna hurt you.
That's funny.
I used to love the snakes. There was a couple of them that would be out there a lot. I never really saw the males a lot, but there was the 3 females that used to be out there sunbathing a lot and just chilling. But they also knew when I was working in the garden, I pulled up bugs, so they had good feast when I was out there. So we learned to cohabitate, I guess. You go do that with your silly flowers, and I'll eat after you're done. There you go. See, that means I was part of my ecosystem. That's great.
That is great.
And I think it's funny because people are like, oh, I have a garden. I'm like, no, you have an ecosystem. You just don't realize it yet. Because if you look at the life living inside of it, no matter how small it is, it's an entire ecosystem in itself. Mine never recovered from when the sunflowers were cut down.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay though, it is what it is, right?
Right.
We can start over and do some other stuff. And your child has told me that she wants a red striped fucking garter snake, and the other one wants a white one, or a pink one. And she's like, they really do come in pink. I'm like, yeah, they really do come in pink.
I feel like I found out one.
But yeah, I just thought that was, you should know she's helping from having a snake.
They both are.
Yes, and I was like, okay, garter snake, I can live with that. Excuse me. But yeah, I don't know that I could do one of them big snakes. We have a little dog, for fuck's sake. And she's not gonna get that big. An owl could probably carry her away at her height, at her weight, when she's as big as she's gonna get. So no, we don't want any big snakes that could eat the dog. That would be horrible to walk in and, oh, why is the dog's legs hanging over your nose? Right? You got out of your cage, you little shit. And I'm sorry, but I'm leery about lizards after that tokay gecko. Like, totally fuck geckos altogether. Anything I gotta cut its fucking head off to stop fucking biting me just does not belong in my house. Right?
Oh, come on.
Oh, hell no. And they bark. That fucking scared the shit out of me. That fucking thing barked. I was like, oh, hell no. I'm like, I'm out this room. You fucking deal with that fucking thing. That's why the lid on it was basically sealed shut like a fucking coffin. I'm like, this thing is never getting out again. You are never seeing outside of that cage.
That's not so funny, but it's funny.
And it's crazy because the one I should have been afraid of was the Savannah monitor, but I was more afraid of the fucking gecko. Okay, Monica was really fucking cool, and I feel really bad that her dad was a dipshit. Her heat rock went out, and she had gotten sick before he noticed it, and I couldn't stick my hand in the cage. She'd go after me. That bitch hissed at me when I would walk by a lot of times. But she would, oh god, for him, she would act like a goddamn cat. It was the craziest shit I've ever seen. This damn thing crawling into him and having its neck rubbed and laying on its back and shit. I'm like, okay, that's just... I thought it was cool as shit, but I was jealous. I'd go try to pet her. Okay. Get it? You don't like me? I poured water all over her because she hissed at me when I tried to give her water one day and she really needed it. So I was like, fine, I'll just pour it from here. But my lizards were always like iguanas. I love iguanas. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And we had some pretty cool little iguanas. Fucking baby Zilla would sit on my head all the time. And the little dwarf frog, he was so cute.
Hey, Mom.
Oh, your kids also want Oscars.
Hey. You have no sign? Did you get stuck?
You know, I'd like to do either a brackish tank or a saltwater tank. I want to get the girls an iridescent shark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all should look it up, an iridescent shark. They're absolutely gorgeous, especially if you want sharks. And you can own them. They don't get that big when you have them in a tank. But if I remember correctly, it's actually a catfish, not a shark, but it looks just like a shark. And they're beautifully colored. There it is. Okay. Yeah, it's a catfish. But check it out. I'm not even looking at the images so you can see. If you're listening along, you can look it up. Just type in iridescent shark, but check it out.
Oh, wow, it's beautiful.
It's catfish. That looks like a shark. Isn't that cool? Ooh, there's another fish we could get them that would probably live in the same tank as the iridescent shark. And it's called a bala shark. And it actually looks like a black-finned shark. It's a fish. You can look that up too. They're really fucking cute. I had one, but you also have to have a really good cover on your tank because they like to jump. And I didn't know this. And I came home and mine was dried to the floor.
That's scary.
My Pacu jumped the tank. You can't. Pacus, you gotta seriously cover that shit up because they jump naturally 15 feet in the air. Yeah. He was yeah, but that's the bala shark. So you could actually do an entire fish tank of shark-looking fish for them. But I'd like to do Oscars again. I love my Oscars. They are such cool fish. And it's not because they're carnivorous. They actually tell you nowadays not to feed them live fish anymore, to just give them pellets.
Pellets.
Yep. Gandalf stopped eating them. I ended up with fish as big as her, goldfish as big as her that acted like her. Yeah, it's weird when you see a goldfish act like an Oscar. Because they act completely differently.
Do they?
Yes. I had a tank of goldfish. That's where Captain Jack was. He was a one-eyed Aranda, and you can check out Aranda on Google too. There are these fancy goldfish that have bubbles on their head. They're really cool. But he had one eye, so he was Captain Jack. And that was long before Pirates of the Caribbean. But that damn goldfish defied all odds. They told me that he wouldn't really be able to eat because he only had one eye, and depth of perception, that fish got fat as fuck. I'm like, yeah, you lied. But I had a veil-tail goldfish too, and Pussy Willow fished it out of my fish tank and ate it. And I only know that she did it because she puked it back up, and there was like goldfish scales in it. I was like, oh, awesome.
That's kind of scary.
No, that's how we learned that the best thing for her ulcers was to give her fish, like raw fish, once a week, and it helped quell her ulcers. So, in essence, her eating my fish taught us something that was valuable to her well-being. Yeah, I was upset. Okay, it was my veil tail, and veil tails are absolutely beautiful, but it helped the cat. Can I really be that mad at a cat for being a cat?
No.
She quit fishing in my tanks after that, I'll tell you that. I wasn't mean to her either. Just my reaction, she just was like, okay, I won't do it again. I think she got bit by Gandalf once, and that's why she just quit fucking with the fish tanks altogether. But yeah, I think that's something I miss a lot, is having fish tanks. You kind of get used to the sound of the running water, and it becomes very soothing. I don't know, we had a fish tank almost my whole childhood. What do you think?
That is very soothing.
Until the frog eats the other frog and you wake up and scream. Oh my god, I was so fucking mad. I don't know why I woke up. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. I had told my other half at the time that if his fucking frog didn't get out of my tank, I was gonna throw it out. And I was like, it's gonna eat my frog, and then it's gonna eat my fish, and I'm gonna be very angry. And he's like, I'll get another tank, blah, 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 gonna, right? And I'm sleeping in the living room. I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and my frog's feet are sticking out of the other frog's mouth. We kept him. I didn't do anything bad to him. He ate all my cichlid babies. I had a breeding pair of black convict cichlids, and all of the babies died because the damn frog ate every single one of them. And then it jumped out of the tank and was gone for like 2 weeks, right? And then we moved the entertainment center where we looked many times for it, and it jumps out and it's like, holy shit, it's still alive. It was an albino African clawed frog. And we stuck him back in the tank, and then his owner fed him some bloodworms that exploded his stomach. And I don't fucking know why it worked out that way, but that's how it worked out, right?
Right.
I didn't wish any ill on the frog after it ate my frog. I was like, okay, I guess you're staying in the tank. I don't know. I know you remember those fish. And then we finally got the, we found my mate, the male died of my breeding pair. And we looked for like 2 years for another mate for her. And finally found one that was the right size, and they got along. They weren't fighting, they were doing what they were supposed to be doing. And they laid eggs, and the fire in our house happened, and our egg boiled to death. I'm like, fuck! I haven't had fish since then, you know that, right?
I know.
I'm just like, I miss a little fish tank. I think the girls are lovely. And well, you know, we can grow plants out of the top of it. And you'd have like the easiest hydroponic setup ever because the fish will take care of the roots. fertilize the plant for you. It's a really cool little ecosystem. It really is.
It sounds like it.
Well, that's what my friend was doing in Haiti. Is he was making these things that were exactly that, only on a much larger scale. And the fish that were in it were food. So the fish would continually be breeding and fertilizing the plants that are growing out of the water, right?
Right.
And that way you've got vegetables and fish just continuously going, which I thought was really cool. He's got one in his backyard. And he uses rainwater.
That is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
It is like epic.
I wanted to go, but I didn't think that would have been very smart. Because he was down in Haiti for like 2 years. And what they were doing down there was he was building a music school and a studio to help fund fixing Haiti and to bring some income into the country.
What a kind man.
Yeah. Well, he was a professor at CU. And I met him through the music industry because he also plays guitar for a band that I shot. Funny, huh?
All these guitarists.
Huh?
What's up with you and all these guitarists?
Well, usually they're the most sociable, to be honest with you.
What do you think so far?
Mm-hmm.
It's a little freaking death crapper.
And sometimes trying to talk to the bassist is like pulling teeth. For example, I love this guy to death. Jeremy from Kung Fu Vampire. He is like the shyest dude, but once you get him talking, he is like the coolest dude ever, and he's so fucking intelligent. So that's why I try to get through to the quiet ones, because I know you got something to fucking say, and you don't say it because nobody listens to it, because they think you're crazy, because they're just not on your wavelength. And oh, surprise, I know that feeling. Hell, I was recently called a crazy bitch because people don't understand me, and I'm like, right on. I'll be crazy in your world, that's great. But see, the thing is, what do we know when it comes to things like that? What do I always tell you when it comes to things like that? Why it doesn't faze me anymore? Because people only know things to their own perception, right?
Right.
And I could see where to some people it would seem like I came from Mars. You grew up with my craziness. You already know.
Yeah, I do.
Well, I wasn't meaning that in a bad way. Look at you.
No, I'm sorry. My meds are starting to kick in and just like I can't feel.
She's tired now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's okay, honey. If you want to say goodnight, we can do that. Maybe I can remember what I was thinking for the next one, because it was actually pretty cool, and I had some crazy questions for you, because it was like one of those things. And I had it all planned out in my head, and I totally forgot it. I think it was the ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
I swear it was the ice cream. I was like, oh, I'm happy. I didn't give a shit about nothing.
Love you all. Thank you for coming out to our stream tonight.
Yeah. Did you learn anything?
We're two goofy people.
Oh, you already knew that.
I was kidding.
I think everybody already knew that, right?
I forget what I learned a lot about cichlids and.
Don't let your mom take the dog for a walk. That's what I learned. Fuck you. Oh god, it's so cool. It's okay.
You did.
Yeah, she's like staring at me like, do you have anything to say? So don't look at me in that tone of voice, young lady. But anyhow, y'all have a great night. We love you. We hopefully will talk to you soon. Be safe.
Bye.